This is Outnumbered. I'm Harris Faulkner. Here today, Andrea Tantaros, host of The Independents on our sister network, Fox Business Kennedy. Also from FBN, host of Money with Melissa Francis. Melissa herself. Hello. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're here at an important time because we have a lot, going on. Yeah.
Well, I said I would only come here on important occasions.
Right. Well, every day is important,
up.
but
Yeah.
specific to your skill set, I should say.
Nice.
There we go. Let's get started. Claiming responsibility for the massacre of innocents in Paris. All right, so one more development to throw in before I get to the Yemen. Tell us about it.
Well, I mean, and were they responsible for moving the weapons at that exact moment? Saying, just get yourselves organized. Right. We authorize anything you can do. Get it done.
As much as $25,000 to do this some time ago, like 2010, 2011. You know, my big question was, as the CIA calls this a command and control thing, did they say go do this then? And what you're saying is, well, they could have a lot of these cells because these guys are just...
I actually wanted to ask you, Mike, about the kind... Are they working together? Who is responsible for these attacks now?
Or Spanish, or wherever they may be. That part of it doesn't really affect them as much. And so we're making too much of the conflict between them, like we did when we first went into Iraq. And we said, well, these...
quote, years ago, not that long ago, saying that Al-Qaeda...
brought up a really good point, that it is a marketing issue between Al-Qaeda and terrorism efforts in Paris.
Right. Well, that's, I mean, and the fact that Holder was over there for this Muslim extremists. So that part of it, the fact...
What happened? How would you accurately describe what happened in Paris? Because we have a video that came out yesterday that we've been showing on Fox News of the terrorists saying that they are doing this in the name of radical Islam and for Muhammad.
He talks about later trying to use it to...
They're going into a building, they're holding up neon signs saying, we're radical Islamists. I don't know JP jerseys.
If you look back to his Cairo speech, which I encourage every...
Teachers need to have better time management, because what happens to kids when they don't have fun and play and exercise?
They go bananas.
For this, I would despise this, because kids need to hit the reset button. They need to unplug the...
Obesity among children in this country. So for children, when their minds are so fertile and young...
little boys, Scooter, Sluggo, and Muggsy. That I know of.
Against it, I think, in life, that you have to face tests. Other people set the standards. You got to exceed them, no matter what they are.
Not centralized.
At the same time, I mean,
from both my parents taught, and my husband was a school teacher, 3rd through 6th, that if they need...
And by the way, it extinguishes...
Just leave that aside for a moment. You look like you don't buy this for a second.
Yes, they're interested in their brains, their big brains, their double D-sized big brains.
Wait a minute. First of all,
Should we ask the man?
I don't know. Maybe it's the only blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman ever, and the fact that she is, and so maybe the story has some merit to it.
So this is why I do think the story may have a little bit of merit, because everything around with some beautiful, not so smart. I mean, why would you go down the road of, procreating with someone who doesn't have a brain? It doesn't make any sense. You're going to end up with dumb kids.
You can always hire a hot tutor.
Eugenics.
all the time.
Really? What, they drop them on the head? I mean, if you have two smart...
that every guy...
You have to educate them. I don't think it has...
every guy is listening to you going, yes, that is the first thing on our mind. How smart our kids are going to be.
But I will say this. You can't deny. I would be lying and disingenuous if you said that looks weren't really, empathetic and
kind. Said a very secure man. You're very secure.
Women out there who are smart.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Yeah, I mean, just don't forget about the rest of us. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, Harris, you're smart.
I would never forget about you, Harris Faulkner, ever in the world.
We love you.
Happening now starts in 3 seconds. Have a good one.